What's up, LA?
What's up, LA? Welcome to the April episode of What's Up, LA, your guide to everything that is happening in the LA arts community.
We've got a really exciting episode for you this month. Nina got a chance to sit down with some of the wonderful women of the very first Athena Fest, which is happening right here at the Blue Door Theater. It's a weekend of one-woman shows, April
24th.
April 24th through
25th, 26th.
April 24th through the 26th. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Got to make sure to check that out. We also have an interview today with Tim Brown. He's a local poet, writer. He's also going to be doing a show here next month at the Blue Door. And we got a chance to talk to him about his process. So that should be a lot of fun. I do want to say also Anthony, one of our resident gremlins who often helps out with the show, is stepping away for a little bit, but we hope to see him back here soon. I'm sure he's off doing wonderful things, but stay away from the water, my friend.
Yeah, and welcome, Corey.
Yes, and welcome Corey, who's our new producer. We're so excited to have you, Corey.
One comes.
That's right.
Yes.
So thank you, Corey, for helping us out.
The circle of life.
Then are we going to do community calendar?
We are going to try to do community calendar.
No, we're not going to try. We're do or do not. There is no try.
What's up, LA? What's up, LA? What's up, LA? What's up, LA?
I'm so happy to be here with Mara Weisband from the show Poached and Diana Romero from the show Me, Myself, and Other. And these two lovely, incredibly talented idols, icons, are going to be joining me.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Are going to be joining me for Athena Fest, the first ever Athena Fest, a weekend of one-woman shows right here at the Blue Door on April 24th, 25th, and 26th. Thank you for saying yes.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for letting me annoy you into saying yes.
You didn't have to annoy me at all. The minute you asked, I said yes.
That is true.
You don't have
That
to
is
bother
true.
me.
It's true. So, let's talk about your shows. Let's start with you, Mara. What and how did the first idea come to you?
So it started off as a stand-up bit, and it was just, I was in my bed, and I was talking to myself, and I thought, that's kind of funny, talking to myself, and then I processed it a little bit, and then I got out of bed, and I took a shower, and while I was in the shower, I started having this conversation with myself as if it would be a stand-up bit, and then it just expanded, and I got so much energy from it, and I pulled out my computer and I started writing like I have never written before. It was wild, man, and it kept coming through. Like there wasn't any blockage.
What do you think is the main theme of Poached?
I think the main theme of Poached is the conversations that we have with ourselves, or many selves, and what are the things that we say to ourselves. I represent this or show this within the show as a conversation that I have with myself at 2:30 in the morning. Like, how do we get into the headspace that we're in, and like where the things that we say in order to lead us in like a negative direction or a more positive direction. Yeah. And I think we all talk to ourselves.
Yes.
I think I'm a little bit more verbal about my conversations.
I think you're right. It's just not many of us put it up for everybody to see it.
Well, because, when you say that you're talking to yourself, people are like, what are you, schizophrenic?
Are you crazy?
Yeah, and that's not true at all. They're like, we're in constant conversation unless you have found bliss, which
Nirvana.
Good for you all. If you have, I'm on my way. Like there's this, it's wild because like we're in this world, but we're also like in this world and like our point of view and like whatever has happened to us and where we want to go and this and that and if you just like step back and hear yourself for a second, it can be pretty extraordinary what you discover of the way that you speak to yourself and why you do certain things because of that. And so with my show, it gets kind of dark. It's
Yeah.
a little dark. I'm a funny lady, but you know.
She's very funny. She's very funny, but I think that's one of the wonderful things about your show, that it's very moving, but also very funny.
Yeah.
And there's a really good balance there.
It's balanced. I think when I did the show at the Fringe, I don't know if I didn't really put out like a trigger warning until the second show. And so there's like eating disorder stuff, there's drug stuff, there's sex stuff, like there's all this stuff. It's all the good stuff.
It's definitely a show for adults.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put
Yeah.
it that way. Same question for you, Diana. When and how did this idea for your show that you're not writing for somebody else this time, how did it come about?
About, how many years do you have? It has been a lifetime wish. I mean, since I was old enough to realize that my life is so different than everybody I've ever come across. And I always, like, I've always had this need to tell my story because of the stereotypes that exist. And everything, like I like to say, I'm like the ultimate non-stereotypical person you'll ever meet. But it's just growing up hearing all the stereotypes, and I'll say my family's from Colombia, but being in LA, everybody assumes I'm Mexican, even the Mexicans, and then the Mexicans get mad at me if I don't know, like I didn't know what tajin was. And I remember, I remember going, I was somewhere and I was like, what is that like really yummy stuff that you guys put around? It's like this ingredient. She's like, tajin. I'm like, yeah, thank you. But then it makes me sound like somebody who's refusing my culture or something, right? And so I get a lot of people that get angry at me, and I'm like, but I'm not Mexican. How do I?
It's not my culture.
It's not my tajin. I've never heard tajin in Colombia.
Colombia's another kind of Mexico, guys. More south.
Colombia, all those countries down there.
It happens to me with being Venezuelan too. You know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm sure. No, I bet. No, please. And so where this idea came from is just all of the different. It's basically not fitting in, and how not fitting in prepared me for this. You know what I mean? Because this is the ultimate not fitting in. And so if you're not used to fitting in, this can come as a huge shock, which it still did. But so cut to 2023 when the writer's strike happened. I had transitioned. Once I started using the wheelchair in 2018, I went from film production to writing for television because that's really what I loved. And at the same time, I'm like, well, writers sit in chairs all day. I'm not going to be any different. And plus dealing with accessibility on sets and all of that stuff, which, things are changing now. But by kismet, if you will, I saw an ad on Facebook from somebody I had met many years ago who's a playwright and also writes for television, and he teaches a solo writing class. And I was like, I'm in. That's it. I don't care. I don't have any money. Can you help me? Whatever. And he was so generous and so
Payment
helpful.
plan.
Yeah, totally. And he was really, really generous to get me on there. And I'm like, I do believe I have a story to tell. And I took the class, and then I took the second class, and then I kept getting more into it, and people were responding really well to it. I did a reading. So now we're in 2024. And that was the beginning of 2024 is when I started writing it. Then over the summer, I had a producer that I worked with and rewriting it and just trying to figure out what I was going to do with it. And she's like, okay, right now, she did some research, and she's like, Cincinnati Fringe Festival is taking submissions. I'm like, okay. And she's like, apply now. Not having no idea what I'm doing. And then I'm like, and then she's like, now you have to find a director. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm not going to get a film or TV director because what do they know about theater?
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so I'm writing this, and the ball's rolling, and I ended up finding I'm part of this disability group here in LA that works with people behind and in front of the camera, people with disabilities. Then I reached out to them, and they in fact had a woman who's a theater. She's an actress and she's directed, and they put me in touch with her, and we became a team. And then I was like, oh, Hollywood Fringe Festival is coming. Let's apply to that. And then, that's not a curated one, but
Do you remember that first process of development, and how much does the show resemble that original or that first impulse of writing? Has it changed so much that it's just like a whole different thing than you had than the one that you had in your mind, or no?
It's become a lot better.
Okay.
So I know definitely because I held 2 readings. And so I did the feedback of the readings, one in Seattle, which is where I'm from, or where I grew up, and one here in LA. And so I took all that feedback and I played around with the feedback. It started out, there were a lot of songs in it that I sing, and I'm not a singer. But that got cut out. Not because I'm not a good singer, but because I was just like, it's too long. Yeah, and it wasn't working for me
No,
that much.
I want to see them though.
I'll sing.
Can we do an extended
There were
version?
little parts, yeah.
Me, myself, other. Deanna's version. It's going to be 3.5 hours long here at the Blue Door.
Just have me talk.
And for you, Mara, how much? I think that from what you just told us, and the fact that I have seen your show, how much does the show resemble that first impulse when you were like so connected to the muse and just going for it?
It resembles it. I brought it to a table with 3 people that I trust and 3 people that write and direct and are in the arts, and they gave me their feedback, and I got notes, and then I reworked it, and then I got more notes, and then I reworked it, and it wasn't really until I first put it up. I kept changing things, like whatever would hit in the audience, like then I would just keep it and try it again, or cut lines, and for the Fringe we have to stay under 60 minutes unless you book a 90-minute show. So
if you're that wealthy, congrats.
And the one that I want to do at the Athena Fest, the Blue Door, I want to try some other new things and just keep workshopping it just to see how it feels, because it would be.
I love how shows are alive, and they're truly. I wasn't expecting this. Maybe that in retrospect that might have been a little dumb of me to be like, oh yeah, print about the themes of your play, about the kind of things you touch on. Can you share a little bit more about that?
Yeah, again, like I said, it's kind of it's definitely a memoir, right? But it points out the places I never fit in. So themes of never feeling like I belonged. I wanted to be in one place and the other, but never belonging. And then moving forward is the wheelchair, and being diagnosed with a chronic illness and having to deal with that later in life. Like right now, I sit there and I'm like, I'm so glad that I had my physicality through my younger years, because I'd go dancing and running and doing this and doing that, and I don't do that anymore. But anyway, so it's those themes. It's the themes about wanting to belong so much and wanting to just fit in, and then only to find out that not fitting in was great training for really, really not fitting in. Yeah. So that was it, and there's a lot of humor to it. Yeah. I know it sounds it sounds depressing. And first thing people are like, it's a story. It does not.
It sounds eye-opening. Mm-hmm. It sounds eye-opening, and I think that it's important for people to see this kind of story there, because we don't know.
Mm-hmm. No, and it's absolutely I also want to get it across that in no way at all is this play preaching to anybody. In no way at all is it saying you should do this or you should do that or da da da. But it's more like saying, hey, I didn't know this either, but how could I have known this if I wasn't disabled? Mm-hmm. And that makes a lot of sense. It's nobody's fault. It's nobody to blame. My saying is, I'm not disabled. Society makes me disabled, because I can do everything in this chair. I can go everywhere I need to go and everything if society was accessible.
That is incredible.
And if people were accessible.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And Mara, about your themes, because I feel like one of the things you do this so well in your show is mental health. Mental health and addiction, and the way that you treat those topics that are harder to deal with, and you do that really well. Can you expand on that a little bit?
Sure. Okay, so for Poached, I wanted to touch on specific topics that could be relatable for a bunch of people within my audience. And for me, it was the eating and the body dysmorphia. It was the pill addiction, and then there was some love stuff in there too. And I just felt like it was really important to talk about and to hone in on certain points, to let people know that they're not alone, and that you can overcome these hardships even if you do have something that's constantly screaming at you all the time. And it's really if you pull back and bird's eye view it, it's it's really funny. Like
it is.
It's
No,
all
it
like
100% is.
Yeah, like it's. There's so much happening around us, and we're just like, oh no, my arm looks fat. You know, like it's wild.
It's wild.
And it'll
And
take over
nobody
your
else sees
life.
it.
Like, yeah, it takes over. And so I just wanted to, I guess I just wanted to talk about it and just to show like what it looks like and like what those conversations that I have with myself look like.
What it looks like from the inside, basically.
like from the inside.
Girlies, I want to thank you so much for joining me and for opening your hearts and your minds to me for this interview for Athena Fest. Join us at the Blue Door Theater from April 24th through the 26th. 5 wonderful shows. It's an incredible lineup. Thank you, everybody. See you there. See you at the Blue Door.
Thanks, Nina.
It's such a good one this month. Welcome to Community Calendar. April 15th, World Art Day. The International Art Association, part of UNESCO, founded World Art Day in 2012. They chose the date of April 15th because it was Leonardo da Vinci's birthday. Use this day to paint, draw, color, sew, visit a free museum, or learn more about your favorite artist online. Share your day on social media using hashtag World Art Day. Monday, April 20th at 7 p.m. Mindful Art for Wellness, a relaxed, welcoming gathering to explore simple creative practices paired with mindfulness. Each class offers a new prompt or theme, guiding you through art-making exercises designed to reduce stress, support emotional wellness, and invite connection. It's a pay-what-you-can event. April 18th at 11 a.m. The Music Center's very special arts festival, Family Day. A day of fun, music, creativity, and play at this free outdoor festival where children and families of all abilities will enjoy an exciting lineup of live music, dance performances, interactive art-making activities, and a magic show, all in a vibrant, inclusive atmosphere. Join them on the Jerry Moss Plaza at the Music Center for an inspiring and memorable Saturday exploring how the arts unite us all.
What's going on, everybody? I'm here with Tim Brown, a visionary writer, poet, spoken word. I don't even know how to describe your work. It's so good, but tell me a little bit about your writing style.
Yeah, thanks, man. I don't know what to call it either. I don't know. It's raw. It's my own truth for sure.
Yeah.
My style is to just read it on stage or whoever's in front of me. Just do what I can to take my voice and my writing to whoever's listening, and we can all go to the same spot. I mean, that's my only objective, really.
Well, so tell me a little bit about like why you need to write. What is it about writing for you that is something that you just have to do?
I think I spent chunks of my life not writing, and I almost went insane. I've had various states of misery and holy shit in my life for sure, but when I was not writing and trying to do something else, I was really coming apart. So I have to write because it's, I think, the only thing that's going to keep me around. But when I just write what's coming to my mind, and it's usually shit that I've been struggling with or have struggled with before, or I'm afraid I'm going to struggle with again, like that's what I put down. And it's just, like Carl Jung talked about the shadow, and you can't suppress it, you got to integrate it. And I think that's what I do now.
Bukowski is a huge inspiration for you too. So tell me a
Yeah.
little bit about why
Bukowski did something back in the day. Of course, he had become popular and sought after. I don't know if he did it mostly in Ferlinghetti's up there, City Lights, but he would go on the stage and his desk would be all the way off to the side. Place would be pitch black, one light down on the table, and he would just read. He would just read. And much younger, when I was really trying to figure out what I was going to do, I remember watching that, and I'm going, holy shit, man. He completely divorced himself from what it was that he was up to, and he just did it. And everybody in the audience, you could hear a pin drop in there, and I'm like, that's it. Like, if I can just do that.
Well, funny enough, you are going to be doing just that at the Blue Door
Yeah, I can't thank you enough for
in a
that,
few
man.
weeks here. I'm so excited to check it out. So it's going to be an evening of your work, essentially, right? And so
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about what we're going to experience with that.
Yeah, it's an hour. I've got 7 pieces. I might tweak down a couple or get an 8th one in there, but it's all stuff that's occurred. Whether it occurred before, it's occurring right now. Like I said, I'm afraid it's going to occur again. Like everything that I've put down, it's me, because I don't want to ever have one syllable come out of my mouth that somebody knows is a lie, because I'm not going to be able to tell the lie right. Someone's smart out there. They're going to see it. If I could just tell the truth, whatever that looks like. And there are times where I'm doing something, I'm going, I don't know if this passage should be in there. Like I think I might have went too far. It's gonna bother somebody. But then I call myself out on it because I don't want to hold on to that. I don't want that running my racket.
You want to release
So
it into the world?
I got to at least cop to it.
Yeah,
To make it
okay.
presentable, I'm hoping that by me doing this with my writing, by doing it this way, and being on stage, or like I said, in front of 2 people, like it doesn't matter how many or how little are in front. I just want to do it in front of you, and if you can connect to it, you can relate to it. Maybe we could both save each other. I don't know.
I love it. That's the cathartic nature of art, of expression, of giving a chance to be vulnerable in front of people, and maybe sharing that moment of truth that maybe somebody else can reach out and say, you know what, I need to grab some of that truth for myself and take it.
Yeah.
So, Tim, we're super excited to have you at the Blue Door. We hope that you all come check it out. Yeah, thanks so much for this, man. It was our street interview. Love it.
Thank you, man.
All
Thank
right,
you.
man. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, that's it for this episode. Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of our community and for supporting the independent arts in LA. I'm Nina Russell.
I'm Brian Caldwell.
And that's What's Up.
What's Up?